Why is your sales team not closing more deals? Or why is your operations team just not being productive? My name is Christian, and I am a sales operations and employees benefit consultant for over 1,000 businesses in the state of Utah. In my last video, I discussed the 3 main aspects that a sales team needs to succeed. I also mentioned that majority of businesses I consult with are only providing 2 of 3 of these aspects to their sales team. And today I'm going to be providing a training that is going to tackle the largest aspect, which is motivation for your employees and your agents, by providing you with a start to finish training process that you can do with your team. Now, today we're going to go over the why training. The purpose for this is to connect a person's individual outcome or objective or goals in life or personally to an outcome that will help them produce. We basically want to align their why with their daily activity. Now, this doesn't just apply to sales teams. You may be in manufacturing, for example, and you just have an agent that isn't showing up to work, or they're just not putting the production or the hours. Now, you can do this on a one-on-one basis or in a group setting. I like to do it in a group setting for larger teams. If you're a smaller team and it's just an outlier that needs some motivation training, then you would pull them to the side, do a one-on-one. Now, doing this with a whiteboard in front of the group is recommended. You're not just hitting the auditory learning, but you're also hitting the visual learning. Now, we're gonna pull somebody from the group, or again, we're sitting one-on-one, and we're gonna ask them what their main purpose for being in the business is. Now, for this example, the person I'm pulling from the group is James. Now, James, why did you join real estate? James may say, oh, well, I did it because it's going to provide more income. Okay, perfect, James. So you need more income. And why do you need more income, James? Oh, I want to provide for my family. Great, James. So you want to provide for your family. You want to provide food. You want to provide a house over their head. You want to get that new car by the end of the year. Now, James, if you get that new car for your wife, if you provide food for your family and a roof over their heads and give them an overall comfortable living, how is that going to make them feel? Well, if I'm able to get my wife a new car and I'm able to provide for my family, they're going to be happy, and that makes me happy. Okay, so now James is looking to provide happiness for his family through income. That is his personal why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? So now that we know James's why, we want to connect that with his outcome, his output, his daily activity, his sales goal. And again, this is very conversational. We're not telling them what they should make. We're not telling them what they should do, especially in a sales industry. We want to pull that from them. That way we can help them reach their objective. So James, to be able to put food on the table, a house over your family's head, and get that new car for your wife, how much would you need to make this year? So James needs to make $65,000 this year to provide happiness for his family. So how are we going to help him do that? Again, we want to reinforce that we're in the right position here, and if we need to backtrack, we will. If we need to start at the beginning, we will. But a simple question you can ask is, do you genuinely believe making $65,000 this year will help you provide for your family and your kids? Now, we want to break down that yearly goal, because that can be very intimidating, just looking at $65,000 and saying, how am I going to get there, right? So we want to help them visualize it based on your transaction conversions, or potentially if they're a newer agent, they don't have conversions yet, based on company conversions. To make $65K this year, you would have to close 30 transactions. To close 30 transactions, that's 2.5 a month. You would have to book 5 appointments a week. And to book 1 appointment, it takes you 30 phone calls a day. Now, James, are you willing to make 30 calls a day if it means providing happiness for your family, putting a roof over their head, giving them food and giving all of their necessities, and giving that new car to your wife as well? Now, the main key to what I just said is you have to say, are you willing to make 30 calls a day? Now, you really have to focus on the willing part of the conversation. If they're not willing to make 30 calls a day, then they're not going to reach this goal. Many times we overcomplicate sales, and because of that, our agents are stressed out and they don't want to pick up the phone. They're too concerned with what they did yesterday, what they did last month, and overall how much money they're going to make. Reducing that down to a simple goal that is going to lead them to their objective. If you make 30 dials a day, you are going to be able to provide happiness for your family. Now, this is a first step and a first training for many to come afterward. Now we know their main reason why and their objective they need to hit. So not only can we hold them accountable to their objective, but we can hold them accountable for their why. This is way more powerful than just telling someone they need to hit a criteria because you've set it for them. This, paired along with future videos I'll be doing on motivation training, can lead to a very successful culture and also providing people with a motivation to produce.